Okay.
We rolling.
That's his opinion. So we're never gonna come to a agreement.
Boys are back. Yes, they are.
Boys are back in time.
Yeah, we go. What's up, guys? Weezy.
Welcome back, Weezy.
Yeah, you back in the building.
Yes, sir.
Back in the building,
Yes,
Weezy. Back in the flesh.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Question of the week.
Let's go. Let's hear it.
All right. A lot of interest happened this week in football,
Lotto.
college and pro.
Unfortunately.
Godspeed to everybody.
Everybody. Hate to see it.
Yeah.
Which injury is going to affect the team the most? Who's going to start? Saquon Barkley, Travis Hunter, Colorado, Aaron Rodgers, and we got Trayvon Diggs with Cowboys.
Now you should say Nick Chubb.
Nick Chubb too.
Nick Chubb.
Yeah.
Let's put 5 in there. Nick Chubb.
We'll hold off on some of them.
I'm gonna roll with Aaron Rodgers because they don't have a competent backup.
That's the easy answer.
Yeah.
It's over with. They went from possible people thinking maybe Super Bowl to nothing.
Incompetent.
But they still have some weapons.
Yeah.
I'll say Travis Hunter because Aaron Rodgers is the answer, but I'll say Travis Hunter because of the timing. Yeah. They have the two biggest games of the year are back to back, and their best weapon can't play.
I don't think he's their best weapon.
I can say the shallow is the best weapon.
You mean Shador?
Shador.
I'm talking about, but he's the quarterback. He needs weapons.
He still has a few.
He ain't got him on both sides, coach.
Yeah,
that's your best corner.
They're gonna miss him.
That's true.
And probably one of your best receivers.
But there's a possibility that they could still win the game without him.
Which one?
Pick one.
Or
there's a possibility is what I'm saying. Not saying that they are
Y'all
going to.
Y'all play the game.
I think their best player ain't even played yet. They running back.
They need him.
McLean, he's gonna play this weekend probably. He played for Houston last year, had 1,000 last year, so he gonna be a big person. They're gonna lean heavy on the run game.
They're gonna have to.
They better.
They better.
They better. Yeah. You guys ready to get to it?
Mm-hmm.
Let's get it. It's back.
The boys are back in town.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go, Jeff.
Yeah.
Yep. Weezy's out on assignment. So, Jeff, you got a question for the people. Let the people know.
50 years of hip hop this year.
Mm-hmm.
With that, we are a sports show. So, what is your best sports beats hip hop commercial?
Oh, that's easy. I got that one.
Okay.
That's the dribbling commercial.
Yeah, the Nike dribble. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
been a few. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one, y'all. That's a good one.
What is y'all, since everybody picked that one, did you got one?
Nah, I got Jay, even on the court, we stay fly. JD and AI.
Yeah. I was just about to say, what's the best hip hop themed rap song? See what I'm saying?
Hip hop theme.
I'll give you mine.
The best hip hop theme rap?
Lil Wayne's Kobe Bryant.
Oh, that's
Yeah. Kobe
doing work.
That's
tough. Jeezy.
Joel Santana.
The Air Force One shit.
Jeezy 24-23.
Ain't nobody heard that, Joe.
Yeah, everybody.
I ain't never heard that in my life.
That was the Gucci response.
I think I remember the name.
Yeah, 24-23.
I ain't never heard that in my life.
I do. I remember that. Yeah, I remember.
That's tough.
Yeah. He playing LeBron. He playing 23.
I remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. I would say Masterpiece. We playing basketball. I can say that.
I just didn't know 24-20. I didn't know that.
24-20.
Got to listen to that one, dog.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So you can say you heard it.
It's a YouTube only.
Yeah.
It's mixtape.
YouTube only.
It's mixtape. Mixtapes is
mixtape.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. You guys ready to get to it?
Let's get it.
Let's get
do it.
Full Sport Press.
Yeah. No layup line, no warm-ups, no nothing. We just walking right into the stadium, get into the game. Let's do it. When the beat on, then it's on. Wearing our right jerseys on the road, cause how we feel where we roam is our home. Leaving these other podcasts null and void. The show can't miss something like Tom Shepard and corduroys. Full Sport Press, you know them boys. Jay run the point, lock for 3, and me, I crash the boards. Weezy told you that it's paid for.
Full Sport Press.
Greetings and salutations. I would like to welcome everybody back, and some of you for the first time, to the Full Sport Press Podcast, the premier sports podcast for the consummate sports fan. And this is your one-stop shop for all sports-related news and topics. I'm Jay Ho.
It's your boy Big Jeff.
It's your boy Weezy. What it do?
It's your man, Coach Lock.
Cameraman, how you doing, brother?
Head nod.
That was a serious head
Yeah,
nod.
that was business. All business.
All
head
business.
nod.
Was that a bow
Right,
or a
is that
head nod?
Is that a mixture?
Okay, player.
It's different, cameraman. Episode 486, we were analyzing which NFL stocks are rising and falling.
FSP style.
Always FSP style.
You better damn know it.
Better than believe it.
Let's kick it off, Jeff. Best of the week. Talk to the people.
Best of the week, man. Big week in the wrestling world. My dog, Jade Cargill, is rumored to be taking the jump from AEW to the WWE. Coach. And Rocky Maivia, a.k.a. The Rock, made his return to SmackDown to the loudest crowd reaction you've heard in your life. And on Netflix, The Wrestler, the documentary covering OVW is on as well, getting rave reviews. And Heels had his season finale on Stars. So wrestling was rocking this week.
A lot of wrestling
A
talk.
lot of wrestling. A lot of wrestling. Nothing wrong with that. Shout out to Jay.
They bought the Rock
Shout
back.
out to Jade.
Yeah.
They bought the Rock back. They had to.
He was just in Colorado for the game. They was in Colorado that week.
Okay.
So Pat McAfee was there and everything. That's all. He might wrestle in Philadelphia for WrestleMania against Roman. Rumor.
All right, best of the week, Coach. Talk to the people.
Best of the week, man. Oregon will be wearing thermal reactive color changing Nike Vapor Edge Dunk cleats against that game from Colorado.
Sorry.
That's going to be crazy to see. Shoes going to be changing colors just randomly on the field.
It's gonna be. That's how you know it's gonna be a big game. They bring out them type of clothes.
Right.
Yeah, that's
right.
a recruiting tool.
Yes,
You
sir.
you
Yes,
got to
sir.
counteract the Dion effect.
Yeah. Weezy, best of the week. Talk to the people.
Best week for me was to see Dion speak on the guy that did the dirty hit on Travis Hunter. Kind of call up the dogs. You should say, but that was big time for Dion.
Yeah, shout out to the dogs. For all the dogs.
All
the dogs. Yeah.
The album better be good.
Hey, Jeff, you already. Anyway, best of the week. TSU tennis, man. Congrats to our alma mater. Men's tennis team claiming the HBCU national championship this week. Shout out to the guys
Dope.
at TSU, man. Yeah.
Land the
Big
golden
time.
sunshine.
Got to support
Big
support
time.
all of them.
Big
man.
time.
Yeah, TSU tennis. For
Yes,
sure.
sir.
Yeah, worst of the week, Weezy. Talk to the people.
Worst of the week, man. NFL football scheduling this week, man. They have 9 games on the early schedule and only 3 games on the late.
I mean, Red Zone gonna be popping. I love that.
You know what
Yeah,
happened? They moved that game to Monday. They moved one game to Monday.
Yeah, but the 3 games they got on the evening is the Cowboys, Arizona. Who wants to watch that?
Well, I mean,
Cowboys.
Cowboy fan.
yeah, that's when you take a nap.
Yeah, now
right.
because
It's gonna be
it's a big game. If I'm not mistaken, the Sunday night game is a big game.
Yeah, Sunday night a big game.
If I'm not mistaken, I had to double check that. I'm pretty sure that's a big game.
Yeah, while we look that up, my
Yeah,
worst of the
Eagles.
week is winning time. I think Magic got this show canceled, guys.
I'm not
I
surprised.
really do. I think so, man, because it was between him and Jerry West, who was predicted as the
Kareem was hot too.
Kareem was hot
Kareem was
too.
hot.
Yeah, they would just use this. I don't know, but whatever the case may be, it's only gonna get worse as the years went on.
Yeah.
And you had to keep up with the reason. Let's be real, y'all. Kareem wanted to be an NBA coach.
Yeah.
It never happened for him because of the way he acted during his playing years. He just wasn't a nice guy to fans, teammates, and coaches. So nobody was gonna get him on his staff, and it was late when he even got that look. But I think Magic called somebody. They called somebody. It's like, hey, let's dead this.
Because Magic wasn't even as wild as he
It was gonna
in
get
the
worse.
first season.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
thinking about it. He
No.
went from every other scene,
Yeah.
every other scene, getting
No,
to it.
but it was very accurate what they
Right,
were saying
come on,
what
yeah,
Magic was
yeah,
doing.
yeah,
Yeah.
Clearly.
Look what he said.
Facts.
Worst of the week, Coach.
Oh, the update Steelers and Raiders Sunday night.
Okay.
Never mind.
My worst of the week, man, is Alabama high school band director is tased by the police because he wouldn't leave the stadium after the game was over and they told him to stop his band from playing when they asked him to.
Damn.
All he was trying to do was the 5th quarter. If you were HBCU, I said, don't bring
You
it.
got a nigga tased though, Coach. Nigga died for that. I love that you didn't say the dude that got punched in the back of the head. Rest in peace to you.
Yeah,
bro.
rest in peace to him.
You know
I
what I'm
ain't
saying?
gonna
Rest
lie.
in peace.
I was
that's where I
expecting
thought you was going. I'm saying,
Why would I?
the reputation precedes
Nah,
you.
nah.
tased, Coach.
He did. We need to bring awareness to that. That's bro. They were just doing the 5th quarter. Shout out if you know HBCU bands. And when the game is over, the bands play and it stands for another 15, 20 minutes.
Sad, Coach.
Exactly. So the people need to know so they can rectify this situation.
You bring a lot of sad shit with best and worst.
Man,
That ain't sad.
Thank you, Weez.
That ain't
Thank you,
sad,
Weez.
man.
Thank you, dog.
That ain't sad.
Thank you, dog.
Just tase nigga. That's not sad.
Thank you, dog.
Tasing is hilarious.
Thank you, dog. It's not.
Bro, you pee on yourself when you get tased, bro.
Yeah, you do.
Not everybody, but I see. Not everybody. I
shit.
seen some people get tased and charge them, and that tase don't bother them.
That's crack.
Some people eat,
Yeah.
some people eat that tase.
You ain't see them videos?
Those people
on crack,
bro.
Some people eat them tases.
On crack.
Crackheads. dude.
Nah,
Crack,
man.
bro. They don't feel it. They're numb.
Yeah.
They could be drunk
crack.
and not feel it, dog.
Yeah. Hey, man.
It's an enhancer. It's an enhancer. How about that?
Worst of the week, Jeff. Talk to the people.
Oh man, my worst of the week. Shout out to you, cameraman. Yeah. Nah, Madden League. Our FSP Madden League injuries and our Madden League
Some injuries, man.
injuries in our Madden League is
Injuries
rough.
worse.
It's rough. It's rough.
We got to cut the injuries down. Yeah.
The next man up is
Yeah.
that's everybody's motto this year.
Yeah.
It's a battle of attrition. Who's ever available at the end of the year gonna win the Super Bowl. It's rough. Shout out to J Ho for building the All-Star team. Make sure you check us out on Facebook,
What do?
Instagram,
I don't know why y'all surprised
Google
about
Play.
Boy.
Smile.
Hey, Jeff, you are sick. Why would you say on these airways? Shout out to people that's listening.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Come on, man.
I know this is what I'm trying to
Just
say.
have a little fun.
No, I know.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, I got you.
Your team looks
You
great.
got-
No,
Your team looks
You got the
great.
best squad.
Nah,
But that's what he do that every year. I don't know why y'all keep playing with him.
The team. Oh,
I'm not saying no, it's y'all fault, actually.
They go in the shed, dog.
nah, I ain't playing Jay. I won't play Jay unless somehow Atlanta
Come
makes
on,
the
man.
Super
Let's go,
Bowl.
man.
All right, you're right. All right, make sure you check us out on iTunes, Facebook, Google Play, Spotify, Beyond Pod, YouTube, Amazon Music to catch up on the full archive of past episodes of FSP. Just simply search Full Sport Press Podcast. Look at me. J Ho.
I can't believe it, dog. You would bring the Madden League up and then
My
slide in.
injuries are killing
Bro,
me, dog.
listen, I have 0 picks.
You have 0 draft picks.
0 draft
You
picks.
do.
Tell me one person that I have on my team that wasn't there. Just give me one person.
Anthony Richardson.
Bro, yes. And that's why I don't have any draft
George
picks.
Pickens.
Yes, and that's why I don't have any draft picks.
Keep going.
Yeah, keep going. Who else
I
got?
can't get
Who?
Trayvon Diggs.
Him and Chargerius Ward are the exact same rating.
What one thing?
Who's your quarterback?
Anthony Richardson.
Are you deaf?
Oh my God. Let's go.
Yeah. So who else is new?
I don't.
That's it.
I don't know.
And all of those people, each one of those people, right,
Uh-huh.
had a person that was even. I ain't finna do that. Jeff, you wrong. man.
Come on,
I'm
man.
gonna get there.
You doing
I'm gonna get
good, man.
there. That's all good.
You doing
Are
good.
you undefeated?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think he's 6-0. He's 6-0. We
Oh,
six.
he's 6 and
Gotcha.
J-Ho
Yeah, man.
He got a dynasty.
and Weezy. Wow. You guys have a yellow box of Cheerios award recipient for our listeners.
We do. This week's award. award recipient Xavien Howard from the Miami Dolphins.
What? I just said you have a great team.
Cool, man.
You do have a great team, though.
Dolphins cornerback Xavien Howard has made a name for himself through some on and off the field play, guys. Now the 7-year NFL vet has got himself into some serious baby mama drama. The reports on Howard broke on Sunday night after one woman from Miami mentioned that she is pregnant with Howard's baby and knows of multiple women in the same situation. That's right. Multiple equals 4 women at the same damn time. He has attempted to offer financial compensation to terminate the multiple pregnancies with each of the baby mothers.
Of course.
Howard finds himself in hot water heading into week 3 of the NFL season and his recent run of drama's field for first ballot Hall of Fame worthy off the field.
Put him on the team.
Put him on the squad.
He's on that
Guys,
team.
what's next for Xavien Howard?
I hope it's getting them.
He
having a
need
good
to cut
time.
his water off.
He having a good time.
Because he don't know how to control himself.
He poked.
He fruitful.
Yeah,
He been very fruitful.
Well,
It takes.
Yeah.
It just takes.
He need to learn what a raincoat is.
4 for 4?
or
That's first and
where's
foremost.
his arms at in these situations?
Like something. Like,
Dog,
yeah.
like is he cuffed?
Move
Like,
her, like do something. Yeah, move her, you,
Jeez.
somebody.
They got to
Get you
trade him
a
to Wyoming.
raincoat.
Dude. They have to put an NFL team in Wyoming
And take him
and
over.
trade him there, dude. Because
Yeah,
Miami, he is shaking.
Yeah,
it
he's
in
shaking.
Miami.
Nah, listen,
It's too much.
Let me tell you
Too
something.
much for him.
It ain't in why he'll fly him there.
He has a problem.
Yeah,
That's a problem. It don't matter where he's
at the
at.
same time.
He needs a raincoat.
I'm about to say the Titans need him, but he'll find a way to get
Oh,
crazy.
yeah.
He might not have a problem.
Now he has a problem.
He'll find.
Now they hit.
Nah, he got a problem.
He has a problem.
That's a
Four at
problem.
the
Yeah.
same time.
He needs
Man, at the same damn
a
time.
raincoat, Jimmy hat, whatever you
Shout
want
out
to
my
call
dog
it.
that's
He
listening.
needs
I know
it.
you listening.
Yeah.
He almost had one of them. He know what he feel like. I got a dog.
4x1?
Yeah, not
Ooh.
four at a time. I got a dog that had four. I thought he had four at a time.
But, hey, listen, who's sending that to Xavien, man? Whose guys Xavien? How Weezy? Seems like one of y'all. Y'all got the same hairdo right now. Holla at you,
Oh
man.
my God.
Yeah, take it to him. Yeah, you guys ready to get started the
man.
first half?
Please.
Yeah. Got merch on.
For sure.
FullSportPressPodcast.com. Get your merch, get your hats, get your hoodies, get your t-shirts, get your long sleeve tees. We got you covered, man. We got you covered. More stuff on the way. Always tell a friend, tell a friend to tell a friend that we are out.
First half, the hottest sports news of the past week, like we do each and every week here at the Full Sport Press Podcast. Before we get started, I am Jay Ho.
It's your boy Big Jeff.
It's your boy. So you go.
No, it's not.
It's your boy Weezy.
Shemaine, Coach Locke.
Jeff, where can they find you on social media, my dog?
Jay Easley 84 across all social media platforms.
Coach, talk to him.
Man, nothing has changed. It's Locke _ great. That's THA. Get that mad.
Yeah.
Jay, where can they find you at on Twitter?
Jay Ho on Instagram and Twitter, man. Let's talk on Twitter.
I'm popping on Twitter.
Is that right?
FSP_Weezy on IG. I'm at How Weezy on Twitter. Holla at me.
Give your tweets up, huh?
Yeah, I'm trying to communicate more.
There
know?
you go. There you
Ain't
go.
no wrong
As you
with it.
should.
Shout out
As
to
you
you.
should.
37218.
Bought up.
Okay, all right.
372.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Jeff, you up, ain't you?
Yeah, man. All right. It is week 3 of the FSP Fantasy Football League. Let's get going. The 1-1 third string commentators versus the 1-1 show me them TDs. One time for Parham. I know he is listening with the squeaky .68 win against me last week. Shout out to him and the nasty man, Deshaun Watson.
DP's profile pic.
Yeah. It's
It's
been,
wild.
it's been that way for a couple of seasons, Coach. Yeah, it's not safe for work. Anyway, this is projected to be a barn burner. Another point whatever win projected for DP again. Shout out to him for doing that. Anywho, next I have myself at 1-1. Follow the Buzzers versus Hair Jordan. Shout out to AB at 1-1. I am projected to win that one by 6 points. Then we have Royale with the Cheese, one time for Twin at 1-1 versus Return of the Mac. One time for Reagan. Twin is projected to win that one by a dub. Next, we got CMC You Later, one time for Chaz, the only 2-0 team in the league. Versus Bishop Sick of my team, one time for Cam. CMC You Later is projected to win them by a 50 ball, Coach.
Goodness
50 ball.
gracious.
Yeah, that's
Smack season.
that's tough. That's what happens when you got Debo and Chris McCaffrey on Thursday night, and they play against that god awful Giants team. Next, we have Saquon and them. Shout out to Coach Wayman versus Righteous Hemstones. One time for D Harris. D Harris projected to win them by 6 points. And lastly, we have Now Watch God at 1-1 versus Bad Draft Shawty, PO. He tried to take a shot at me at 1-1. PO has not set his lineup because he's PO. That's what he do. And right now, Sean Watch is projected to win that one. But hey, who knows? PO might pull a lineup out of his ass and play Brandy Moss or somebody like that. But shout out to PO. And that is week 3 of the FSP Fantasy Football League.
I don't miss that at all, Jeff. I'm
You don't-
telling
not
you.
at all?
Not at all. Not at all.
It's fun, man.
But speaking of missing,
Uh-oh.
if you've been paying attention, the WNBA has made it to the semifinals. That includes matchups between the Dallas Wings and the Las Vegas Aces on one side, and we have the New York Liberty versus Connecticut Sun on the other side. So these series are now going to best of 5 series. As you know, the first round is always best of 3. So we're going to give our predictions here. So Weezy, talk to me. Who do you have in this first matchup between the Dallas Wings and the Las Vegas Aces?
Las Vegas Aces. They got the better players. Nah, they defending champs, man. And I watched I think I watched the first game maybe last week.
Shout out to you.
They're just a better team. Baker Hammond's a good coach. Defending champions, they know what it takes to be there. I'm gonna roll with Las Vegas Aces.
J-Ho, talk to me.
Yeah, like Weezy mentioned, this is the better team. The Wings are a fun team to kind of watch with a promising future, but they're too inconsistent right now, too young on the offense, and they don't play near enough defense to hang with the Aces in this series. I think the Aces are a heavy favorite for a good reason. I don't think the actual Wings, I don't think they'll win a game. So I'll be Ace in 3.
Jeff, talk to me.
Wings are, like Jay said, young squad, fun squad to watch. Regular season, this was 3-1 Aces. I think this is going to mimic that as well. I got Aces in 3.
I agree, man. I have a clean sweep here also, man. The Aces are one of the best three-point shooting teams in the league during the regular season, and the Dallas Wings are the worst. The Aces backcourt is just going to be too big for the Wings. They have a big size advantage, and during the regular season, the Aces backcourt killed them. They averaged a combined 59.8 points, 15.7 assists on 52% shooting from the field and 48% from the three. And Kelsey didn't play in one of those games. Now, the other side of that is the Dallas their go-to is they do well offensive rebounding. They're one of the best offensive rebounding teams in the league, but the problem with that is you have one of the best rebounding teams that's defensively with the Aces, and you have Asia Wilson, who we know is a rebounding machine. So there's nothing I don't see that the Wings can do to win the game for here. Now, Weezy, give me your predictions for the New York Liberty and the Connecticut Sun.
I like the Liberty on this one. I like the shooter they got, Sabrina. She might be the best. She's the best. I don't know. She's a good shooter.
She get a lot of hype though. She get a lot of hype. She got the best sneaker out right now.
I heard she got a real comfortable sneaker.
Yeah.
Would you wear it?
Yeah. If I hoop, yeah.
Go hoop and shoot.
I'm thinking about getting back because I might pick me up.
Yeah,
on out
go
there
get
with me.
go get some. Yeah.
You ain't out there, Jeff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead, Weezy.
What you talking about? But yeah, I'm talking to
Zion.
I'm talking.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I got the Liberty. I got the Liberty winning that series.
Yeah. I don't think the Sun have enough talent to hang with the Liberty. Make matters worse, this is a terrible matchup for Alyssa Thomas. That's their singular driving force, her. She's just awesome. She played a great year. I think she's MVP candidate. Liberty just simply a better team across all facets of the game, but give me the Liberty in 4.
Yeah. Regular season, Liberty swept regular season matchups 3-0. I'm sorry, 4-0. Let's get to the heavyweight championship fight, dog. Let's get this over with quick. Everybody stay healthy. Let's get the Liberty Aces like we wanted all season. Let's go ahead and get there so we can have fun watching the finals that we deserve.
But it wouldn't be enough. They I hate that what's called hurt, but if she wasn't hurt, this wouldn't even be a contest. Candace Parker. If Candace Parker wasn't hurt, they'll just give them the championship.
No. Here's I like what just on paper. Yes, the Liberty plays so well together, though, man. They're a well-oiled machine. It's going to be a fight. And
They got 5 girls that can go.
that's what I'm saying. Like
Flat out go.
They play and they're a team. Now, the talent is on
Right.
Vegas. The more talented team is Las Vegas. True enough, but let's just get to the heavyweight fight.
Yeah,
Healthy.
we'll get there and
Let's get there healthy as possible.
go predictions of that.
Yeah.
But like everybody else, man, Liberty gonna win this series. I do have it going 4 games though. Like Jay mentioned, Alyssa Thomas has had a great year, but in her games against the Liberty, in 4 games, she's averaged 11 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists, shooting 30% from the field. And a lot of that's because the Liberty are so big. They have John Quayle and they have Stewie, who are great defenders. Now, the Liberty were the best three-point shooter in WNBA history, so that doesn't help the Connecticut Sun either. I just don't see anything that Liberty can do to win this series. I'm sorry, Connecticut Sun can do to win this series. So give me the Liberty 3-1.
Yeah. All right. Before we get started with halftime, let's talk some more football. The XFL and USFL Merger are in talks heavy into the spring leagues for 2024. Both leagues currently carry 8 teams that played a 10-week regular season schedule with 2 playoff rounds culminating in a championship game. Both leagues enjoyed steady viewership in 2023, with USFL and the XFL each exceeding 1.2 million viewers for their respective championship games. Both leagues have also enjoyed successful partnerships with the NFL. The question I have for Jeff, is this a big deal, little deal, or a no deal for this merger?
It's a big deal because they were competing. They had 2 to 3 weeks that were competing ratings where they were playing the same time. The XFL was finishing up their season. USFL was starting theirs, right? USFL was smarter. They didn't do a lot of traveling. XFL lost a lot of money because they actually traveled to different stadiums and arenas to play their football games, right? So I think the USFL's business model is a lot smarter for a startup company than the XFL is a lot more advantageous. They want to go out and try to be the bigger league. I think this is dope because it's only going to create more more viewership and more eyes on the guys that are playing in that spring league football, and it serves a purpose. Because say what you want about the NFL, they don't have a feeder system other than college football, which is the second biggest sport in the United States. However, you still need something for those gyms that may get past that may not have worked out in college. When players mold into something, you get able to pick somebody that's played professionally for 2 or 3 years and bring them over to your team. So I like it's a huge deal.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a big deal. I think it's a great idea. Like Jay said, it gives you 16 total teams, but it also make it more competitive because you're going to have the best players from the USFL playing against the best players from the XFL, and you combine those guys. So it's going to make it a little more competitive because I'm sure some guys that were not in the XFL were because they were playing the USFL. So you put all those together, it's going to make for a better game and better competitive game and a better product. There are a couple issues I see, though. One will be the TV coverage. The USFL plays games on Fox and NBC channels, while the XFL is called by the Rock plays on Disney's family of channels. So that's going to be one issue. They're going to have to figure out how they're going to do the TV rights for that. The other one is, like Jeff mentioned, the scheduling of the games, because the XFL played from mid-February through mid-May, and the USFL plays from mid-April through July. So they're going to have to figure out what's the schedule going to be for that. But I do think it's a great idea.
Yep. Man, I think it'll be good. I think it is one of those things that's needed. We need a G League in the NFL, and just a combined league. We have to shrink probably to 10 to 12 teams just to make it competitive, make it a little bit easier to navigate, and also pay for it at the same time. Ultimately, I think this will be the definitive G League that we've all been looking for, which the NFL has needed for the past 15 to 20 years. And anything that has anything to do with The Rock will succeed with the NFL, so it'll never fail. So, yeah, we'll see that in 2024, and with the right people behind it, I think it'll work.
Yeah, 12 teams makes sense, too, because there is some overlap in some of the teams, like the Texas teams and things like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's the thing. This town ain't big enough for 3 leagues. It's barely big enough for 2 leagues. Just one is the team. So NFL is not going anywhere, for sure.
Of course.
Yeah. So they have to merge together because nobody's going to – it ain't big enough for 2 small leagues, especially in the United States for backup football.
Yeah.
So they come together and they figure out a way how to make the NFL, watch this one league. Yeah. It's not big enough for 2 leagues.
I think the USFL, though, even though I think their numbers may have been slightly higher, if they're smart, they would lean on the XFL a little bit, just because they did things just different enough than the NFL to where it had a unique feel to it, but you still could follow it because it was football. The USFL just seemed like it was just minor league football. It didn't have that extraness to it.
Well, here's the thing. They have to figure out, all right, come together, and they have to figure out who has the best relationship with the NFL. Whoever has the best relationship in the NFL needs to be the head and needs to make this thing go. Because the USL has football. The Rock might have a better end with the NFL. Yeah. So whoever has the better end with the NFL at this point needs to be the head. Because the town not big enough for 3 leagues. Barely big enough for 2.
Oh, yeah. For sure. You guys ready to get started with halftime?
Let's do it.
Let's get it.
Make sure you check us out on iTunes, Facebook, Instagram, Google Play, Spotify, Beyond Pod, YouTube, Amazon Music, and Amazon Music. Yeah. If you got Amazon Prime,
hell yes, there too.
Make sure you do all that, all right? And when these ads start showing, ads are free if you got Amazon Prime or Amazon Music. Make sure you pick that out. All right, to get from the full archive of past episodes of FSP, just simply search for Sport Press Podcast.
Halftime, we are back with FSP's Heisman list each week of this college football season. FSP will take a look at the 2024 Heisman Trophy race and break down each contender. Out of contention this week, Weezy. Out of contention. We have Jordan Travis and Quinn Ewers. How you feel about that, Weezy? You don't care, do you?
I don't think we think Quinn Ewers is out.
Yep.
He threw a couple picks?
Nah, he just had a bad game. Yep, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Only had 130 yards. That's not Heisman numbers, though. 130 yards, you can't stay in Heisman contention with those numbers.
Okay, I'll let you finish, but go ahead.
Okay. Starting off at number 4, we have Sam Hartman, quarterback from Notre Dame. He's plus 900 now. Notre Dame's playoff contenders as long as Sam Hartman stays healthy. He's on pace to set Notre Dame's single-season records for passing yards and TDs. Up next, the number 9, Fighting Irish, have a home game versus the number 6, Ohio State. OSU is favored by 3 points.
This is week to prove it.
This is it.
Yep.
Huge week for Sam Hartman. Coming in at number 3, we have Colorado quarterback Shedeur Sanders. He's plus 800 now. He led Colorado on multiple comeback drives and made plays in overtime to help the Buffaloes stay undefeated. The stats, the program significance, and the high-profile wins on a national stage all make Sanders a legitimate Heisman contender. Up next, number 19 seed, Colorado Buffaloes are on the road versus Oregon.
They did 9 million. Colorado had 9 million viewers at 12 o'clock at night on the
Come on, man.
That's insane.
Coach was up 1 o'clock in the morning. watching it.
Yeah.
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock, 1:30.
Yeah. Oregon is favored by 21 points. Moving on to number 2, we have Washington quarterback Michael Penix. He's plus 550 in the first half alone against Michigan State. Penix accounted for 375 yards and 4 touchdowns. Didn't play too much in the second half. Staying undefeated would be crucial to stay in the Heisman race for Penix. Up next, number 8 seed Washington is at home versus Cal. Washington is favored by 20 points.
You heard what they said about Michigan State, right?
They got rid of Buddy.
Nah, you know who they trying to get?
Who?
The coach.
Coach
Your
Prime.
boy.
Coach for
Mm-mm.
Washington.
Herb.
Mhm.
Oh,
Nah, he don't need to go.
I
there.
know he ain't, but they trying. That's what they want to try to get.
He'll turn it around.
Yeah, that's what he do. Yeah, he
He
definitely
could
turn
have
around.
2 years, but he'll turn it around.
And still the leader of the doghouse, USC quarterback Caleb Williams, plus 350 now, coming off a bye week. Caleb Williams remains the Heisman Trophy front runner. The numbers through 3 games are eye-popping. Up next, number 5 seed USC Trojans are on the road against Arizona State. USC is favored by 34.5.
They ain't
Pray
played
for Arizona
nobody.
State.
They ain't played anybody yet.
They ain't played nobody.
Oh, but it's coming.
Pray
Oh,
for
It
no.
will be coming around the mountain.
Are we?
Yeah.
I know we need to move on. Are we sure the kid from Washington is the Heisman front runner?
No, absolutely not.
Are we sure?
They ain't playing nobody.
USC ain't play nobody.
USC ain't playing nobody, but USC is in a situation where you got to beat the dog to beat the dog. So you know what I'm saying? That's why he's number 1 on my list.
I hear you.
He's still 2.
I
He's
think
2.
Penix is going. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think they're all gonna kind of flatten out towards the end.
Yeah,
I think Quentin Ewers still got a shot.
he got a shot. He got a shot. He got a shot, but he didn't have a good week like those 4 guys for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Jordan Travis gets
I
back
would
on
say
his
Jordan Travis still got a
he had
shot.
2 bad games, y'all. 2 bad games.
He didn't have a bad game. He threw 2 touchdowns and had 220 yards. He didn't throw no interceptions.
None of these. Only person on this whole list has a pick is Shedeur. He got 1.
But he didn't
He
have
didn't
a
throw any
bad
picks.
game though.
Jordan Travis didn't throw no picks
That's what I'm
last
saying.
week.
Y'all almost lost that game, guys.
But he didn't. He didn't have a bad game. Is all I'm saying.
Did he do it?
It's fine. I'm not saying he should have been out of contention. I'm saying he didn't have a bad game.
That's all.
What did he do to have a bad game?
He had 2 very mediocre. It wasn't 2 Heisman worthy games
I didn't say they were. But I'm asking, what did he do to have a bad game?
because these guys outplayed him every week.
That don't mean he had a bad game. That just mean they
had better games.
That's
That's the
different.
Heisman Trophy.
And that's why I said. But
Yeah.
you said he had a bad game.
Not
though.
games like this.
Oh, okay, that's different.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like saying somebody got an all-star team and somebody got a super team.
I'm sorry,
Same
dog.
thing.
I'm sorry.
That's not saying the
Yeah.
team is bad.
No, I'm saying
I'm
2
sorry,
things
dog.
can be true.
I'm sorry,
That's what
dog.
I'm
I
saying.
want no trouble. Dog.
No, it's all
No, we can't move
No,
on.
oh,
You
no.
got to accept my apology.
Nah, Jeff.
You got to
Jeff.
accept my apology.
Your ass is great. You guys ready to get started the second half?
Let's do it.
Let's get it.
Full Sport Press.
This your boy FSP Weezy. Join us each and every Monday on all streaming platforms. And don't forget, everything is paid for.
The Revolution will be podcasted. Second half, the NFL stock market show for 2023. I am J-Ho.
It's your boy Big Jeff.
This your boy Weezy. What it do?
It's your man, Coach Locke.
Cameraman, the NFL always provides plenty of surprises as the regular season gets underway. The key is figuring out which of these surprises could turn into a trend and which one will end up being a one-week anomaly. Now, with the 2023 offseason, or full season, in full swing, plenty of moves left to be made. It's time to assess which stock is rising and whose is dropping. We'll kick things off with our first person, Deshaun Watson, quarterback, Cleveland Browns. Weezy, are you buying or selling stock with Deshaun Watson?
Oh, I'm selling stock on Deshaun Watson. I knew that was gonna hurt. I'm selling stock on Deshaun Watson.
Not surprised you on brand like Coach Lock worst of the week.
Oh, wow.
High kicks are straight.
Man, I'm just saying.
Hey, don't feel bad. I catch them all the time.
Straight your boy like that.
No, that's
got Dodge
just
keep
on
going.
brand.
Yeah,
It's on brand.
I catch them all the time.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing with Deshaun Watson. he had 2 mediocre games. That's lost him the game. We say knocking the rust off. He played 8 games last year.
Mhm.
It's bad then too.
Yeah, but here's the thing: we haven't seen too many players take a year off and actually come back and be great. We could say Michael Vick, maybe, because he got a $100 million contract, but it's hard to do what Deshaun Watson's doing, especially in today's game where they pass the ball like crazy. It has to happen quick for him. He had 2 penalties in that game that cost him the game.
And a fumble.
And a fumble.
The pick wasn't his fault though.
The first play.
Well,
The pick wasn't his fault.
Went through wide receiver's hands.
yeah, but he had the face mask penalty. He fumbled the ball at the last. Yeah, because Pittsburgh did not score one offensive touchdown. They scored one offensive touchdown, but that didn't win them the game.
Yeah.
What you got, Joe?
All right. Oh, okay. All right. So I'm going to buy the dip here. With Nick Chubb being hurt, they're going to have to tailor this offense around Deshaun Watson circa Houston years and put more on his plate. But they're going to have to run some plays he's familiar with to get him back, get him back used to playing football. I get it. It was 6 games last year, 2 games this year so far. But the kid, he's just too talented for it to just go away that fast. And if it's going away, I mean, you might have to call somebody in there to do what he needs. Y'all know what he needs, Cleveland. Y'all know what to get him right and make it happen. This my fantasy quarterback right here.
Damn right.
I need him to get it together.
Damn
Call
right.
somebody in there, make it do what she need to do.
Yeah, coach.
It hates me to say it because Deshaun Watson's my guy, but I'm selling, man.
Wow.
He still hasn't played 10 total games since the what situation. Like Jeff mentioned, they lost their star running back to injury. The O-line is not quite ready like it needs to be as far as protecting him. And it may be a rough year for him. I do think he's going to get it together. I just think it'll be next season. But we're talking about the 2023 season. So for this season alone, I'm selling.
Wow, man. I'm buying because it's cheap right now. I'm buying.
By the dip.
Yeah, man. It was supposed to be the final piece of this puzzle, guys. The answer quarterback for organizations been looking for a quarterback since we've all been alive. Let's just be real. They haven't had a quarterback. But his tape doesn't look like a guy that got $230 million guaranteed. Absolutely not. 100% had to do with the rain in the first game. And then the other 50% had to do with an injury to one of the best running backs in the entire NFL. So is it a problem of rust? Is one of those things he's getting acclimated to a new offense? Is it the scheme itself trash? I think it's all the above. I really do. I think he's just a part of the story and flashes. You see it when he's out there. That offense could be, but they need a wide receiver too. It's very hard to play anything without 2 good wide receivers, especially now in the NFL. You need that. You only have Donovan Peoples-Jones, who is my guy, and they have Elijah Moore, who's a slot guy. They just don't have another guy to go alongside Coop. Coop's getting a little long in the tooth. I guarantee that he will look a lot better in week 3. I guarantee it. Shout out to Deshaun Watson. Buying low. Moving on to the second.
I'm with you.
We have a team. The Los Angeles Chargers, Weezy. Are you buying or selling stock?
I'm gonna sell on them too. I'm gonna sell on the Chargers. It's one of those things where how long we gonna wait? I've been buying this stock for a long time, and
You and Jeff?
yeah, I've been buying stock for a long time. It went up, but it didn't peak, and then it went back down. I needed to go at peak so I can get my money back. He hasn't peaked, and I'm not blaming it on the quarterback. I'm not blaming it on defense. I'm blaming it on the coaching. I'm blaming it on a new offensive coordinator this year. But something needs to click. But I don't have enough excuses no more. It needs to peak.
Just like myself, Coach Locke, have lost money buying stock with Deshaun Watson. Jeff, Weezy, you guys have lost money buying with the Chargers. So how you feel about that? You buying and selling stock?
Yeah, I bought more Justin Herbert than the Chargers, but yeah, I agree. With
That's
that.
part of it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So yes, I have lost money with that. But to answer the original question, I'm buying the dip again.
Yeah.
I'm still buying this stock. Here's why: your offense over first 2 games is averaging 35 points a game. That's defense. Like that's defensive coach and defensive scheme. It normally takes defenses longer to catch up to game speed as the season goes on.
100%.
So they're going to turn it around. You look at the game against the Dolphins. That was a shootout. Shout out to Tua, made a great throw to Tyreek Hill. That throw doesn't happen. Chargers win that game.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So to me, yes, they're 0-2, could easily be 2-0. And it's not they're not getting spanked like other teams that we're going to talk about on this list that have come out. This team still is fighting. They just got to get a few tweaks on defense and turn this around. So I'm buying the dip here.
Coach.
I'm also buying a dip. Jeff took the words from my notes here. At the time recording, they, like you said, they are 0-2, but they've combined those. They've lost those games by combined points of 5. Yeah. So it's not like they haven't been in the game of one play here that makes a difference. The injuries has played a part in the struggles, which you can't control. Injuries happen. We can't control that. But they just need to clean a few things up and stop giving up the explosive plays, because that's what's killing them right now. It's an explosive play here, explosive play there when they're on defense, and then that's when they lose the game. So I'm buying the stock in the Chargers. They'll get it going.
I'm selling, guys. Blaming coaching for a team's failure is an easy way to go out, like we always do with a lot of sports talk. But for Brandon Staley, he's being pass after pass after pass. Year 1, he didn't have his guys on defense. The team went and got him guys. It was the best defense we ever seen on paper. Year 2, injuries, bad OC were to blame for a 27-0 lead in the playoffs that you lose that game. Hey, write that off, roll into this year, and there's more excuses to start this season. Staley has his guys. That team is healthy. Joe Lombardi was replaced by Kellen Moore, like Weezy mentioned. This team is way too talented to be constantly losing games the way that they lose games. If it was a trend, we would chalk it up to an ugly loss, but this is more of a problem, and it's one of those things where Staley's going to be the person that's going to get, because you paid your quarterback. Yeah, you got your quarterback. This is the guy. Yeah. You got wide receivers. I always call him Keenan Allen. I always call him Keenan Allen, but Keenan Allen is a guy. He's still a guy, just like Mike Evans is still a guy. At their older age, they're still playing at a high level. You got to use the best years of those guys in there. I don't want them to waste another year of that entire team. So, yeah, I'm selling stock. Moving on to the guy, Puka Nacua, wide receiver for the Rams, Weezy. Are you buying or selling stock?
I don't know. I'm buying low. I'm not going to.
Stock high as it's going to ever be.
Yeah. I bet a little bit in it. I'm not going all in on it right now.
Okay.
He Dogecoin.
Huh?
You got to buy it. He Dogecoin. He's going through the roof right now.
So I'm probably just going to miss this one. But here's the thing with Puka Nacua. Sean McVay finds a wide receiver he likes. He's going to make sure he gets the ball in any kind of way. In scheme, it's going to be a lot of screen passes. There's a lot of I didn't see a bunch of downfield passes from this kid, but he found a gem. And your other wide receivers out on IR for the next 4 weeks. So use what you got. Sure. And Sean McVay is a master at that. Look what he did with Cooper Kupp. He won the Triple Crown last year, right?
He did
2 years ago.
2 years ago. So he's known for doing that. I just think he found a gem. I think he's hurt right now. I think he's in concussion protocol or something.
What are we talking about? Puka?
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to play. Yeah.
Sell high. Selling high. So, this the highest this stock ever going to be.
Selling it now.
Getting out of there. Simply
Mm-hmm.
because everything we said, Coach McVay is going to find ways to get him the ball. True enough. Cooper Kupp's going to come back, though. And those plays are going to Cooper Kupp. Those are Cooper Kupp plays. And that offense, say what you want. I mean, they're finding ways to get yardage with Tutu Atwell, Van Jefferson. Van Jefferson and as well. Throw the ball to Joy Everett, please. Throw the ball to Joy Everett for my sake. Yeah. But things like that. So, but at Cooper Kupp comes by, that's the sun. These guys are orbited around the sun. Cooper Kupp is the sun, and he's going to get the ball. So, yeah.
Coach,
I'm buying, man. Right now, he leads the league with 35 targets. That's 10 more than Justin Jefferson and 11 more than Tyreek Hill. Now, like Jeff mentioned, we do know they have Cooper Kupp, and he's going to miss at least 2 more games. So he's going to continue to get these targets. So it's going to go up a little more. That's why I'm going to buy it here. So it'll keep going up, and then I cash it out after that. But right now, just as long as Cooper Kupp isn't there, and we're not sure if he's coming back after those 2 games. Mm-hmm. We don't know. So if he misses 2 more games on top of those 2, that's 4 games that Puka's going to be able to continue to get these targets. So I'm buying.
Yeah, I'm rolling with Coach. You remember when Cooper Kupp was drafted under Sean McVay's first team with the Rams in 2017? I was like, this is the guy. He's the best wide receiver on that team. He's going to be the best wide receiver in the league, whatever the case may be. No one knew actually what to expect from a guy like that. He was just out of nowhere, and it was like, okay, well, if we can find ways to get him on film, he'll slow down. 2 years later, he wins a Triple Crown, man. Puka Nacua was targeted 20 times on Sunday. That's something that's never happened with Cooper Kupp. 20 targets for one guy. He is open, dog. Yeah. And he's not the route runner that Cooper Kupp is, but he is here to stay. I'm buying. I'm going to hold to it until the fact that if Cooper never comes back, you got a guy here, and you could just roll with Tutu. Tutu's got 200 receiving yards in between that too. So it's between those two guys and Van Jefferson, man. I'm buying stock. I'm keeping it too. Moving on to the Washington football team that's known as the Commanders. Weezy, are you buying or selling stock?
Damn, this stock's high right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's real high. I think I was one of the people that I had to see what the offensive coordinator was going to do from Kansas City,
That's right.
and he's proven me that he can actually, it ain't Patrick. It wasn't just Patrick Mahomes. It was me too.
Yeah.
He had a comeback win down 21 points to the Denver Broncos last week.
That's what should be on his list.
Yeah, but
Who?
Denver.
yeah, Denver should have been that
That's
shit.
Denver.
But yeah, I'll buy this stock.
All right.
Still high. Get me out of there. Take my money. Just cash me out. Just cash me out. It's not gonna get any higher.
Before the division play starts.
Nah, before they gotta see Philadelphia twice, before they gotta see Dallas twice, get me out of there.
Selling.
Now. Get them now. Because that quarterback ain't it.
Yeah.
That quarterback ain't it.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Go.
I'm selling also, man. Until they get a quarterback, I don't believe in that team. Yeah, they just got Chase Young back, but they can't just rely on their defense to win these games. They beat two of the worst teams in the NFL, the Cardinals and the Broncos. But coming down the pipe, you got the Bills, the Philly for their next two games. Woo! So they could easily go from 2-0 to 2-2.
Mm-hmm.
I just will see how good they really are in these next 2 weeks, but I'm going to sell it while as high as it can be.
Yeah. I'm behind in, man. I'm buying in with EB. He said what he learned from Andy Reid was to let players be themselves. And that's exactly what Sam Howell is doing, going out there playing ball, something we hadn't seen in D.C. since Kirk Cousins. And with Howell, they have a major test, like Coach mentioned, against the Bills. They're going to get their ass kicked. But at the same time, he had success against Kansas City. Against the Bills, when he was in Kansas City. So this is the biggest challenge for Howell so far. But this is an older quarterback that's a coach's son. I think that he's an all right quarterback, very similar to Kirk Cousins. You're going to get the best out of this kid. I'm buying stock for the Washington football team because of that defense and that the offense actually had explosive plays like they needed all the time in D.C. So, yeah, give me some more stock. I'm buying. All right. Moving on to Josh Jacobs, running back for the Raiders. Weezy, buying or selling stock?
I ain't buying no running back right now. I ain't buying no running back. He ain't played. He didn't go to nobody's training camp. Yeah. He signed 2 weeks before the season started. Yeah. He didn't get the money he wanted. Yeah. I think he out there just because he needs some money. Yeah. But here's the thing: the Raiders team is not bad. The Raiders team is not bad. Mm-hmm. They 1-1.
Okay.
Right.
There you go.
Yeah. We can say that, but they 1-1.
Jeff,
I'm buying this for everything Weezy said. He did not have a training camp. He's having a slow start. So this stock is low. Mm-hmm. And he's going to continue to round into shape and into the form as the season goes on because they're going to have to lean on him because that quarterback, now that he's having to go out there, it doesn't have that 49ers machine to lean on him. Is having to go out there and win some games. So they're going to have to simplify it a little bit, lean on Josh Jacobs, hope the defense come around with my guy Mad Max. So yeah, give me this Josh Jacobs stock at a low.
Coach,
I'm buying as well, man. We know he's had a rough first 2 games, but he'll bounce back. Like Jeff mentioned, he's playing with Garoppolo, so they're gonna focus more on the run, which is gonna give him more totes. He's gonna get his feet under him. He's gonna get in shape, and he's gonna go back to the old Josh Jacobs that we know. So for that reason, I'm buying while the stock is low right now.
Yeah, I'm buying as well. Like Weezy mentioned, Josh Jacobs has played terrible, man. Carried the ball 9 times for -2 yards last week. On the season, he's carried the ball 28 times for 46 yards. That's 1.6 per carry. Thanks to Coach for that good math. Weezy mentions this all the time. I think a lot of these guys need preseason snaps, man. Training camp, get your legs. He just showed up out of shape, picked a new number. He won't be himself to, like Jeff mentioned, maybe week 5, maybe 6. And they're putting 8 in the box right now because Jimmy can't throw an out route to save his life. The only person that's open is Devontae Adams on that entire team, and he has a concussion right now. So, man, he struggled coming out the gate last year. And by October, he was absolutely dominant. Ended up winning the rushing title. This guy, man, he looked more like his old self. Got to go against T.J. Watt and that Pittsburgh defense next week. But they gave up 386 yards in 2 games on the ground. So, in turn, This is a contract year for every running back in the world right now. Buy stock in a guy that's actually healthy. He'll bounce back. Josh Jacobs.
Oh, here's the one.
Moving on to my guy, Justin Fields, quarterback for the Chicago Bears. I will kick things off. Listen, guys. As long as that coach is there, as long as that coach is there, I'm selling stock. As long as that coach is there, I'm selling stock. Yeah, man. Listen, man. He described himself in that interview as robotic. He said that himself, right?
He being Justin Fields.
Him being Justin Fields, correct. You have a quarterback acknowledging he can't play the way NFL teams have been doing since Bart Starr and Dan Marino. He's not Bart Starr. He's not Dan Marino. He rushed for 1,000 yards last year. You don't design any RPOs for him. 4 RPOs in 2 games for a guy that had 1,000 yards. Comparing that to Lamar Jackson, who's a guy that has had 1,000-yard season as well in 2 games. He's had 17 RPOs. So in turn, you got to strip it with the BBL, right? Let's just go there, man.
Okay, let's do it. All
and
right.
size A or B cups on that up top. You know what I'm saying? Up top 2 B stings.
Okay.
Okay. Why would you put her in Travis Scott cargos at the strip club
Nah.
and keep her topless?
Gotta accept the
Thank you, Jeff.
positive.
You are there to see the ass.
Okay, I didn't say it that way.
You there to
Yeah.
see the ass.
Okay, all right. You pardon that, but
Come
Big
on,
Sean.
man.
Yeah.
Fields is not, and I repeat, he will never be a classic 5-yard drop guy that's going to throw zoom. No, bro. He's not like that. He's not a pick you apart pocket passer. Dynamic player. And if he has any chance to be successful, you have to have a team that understands what he is and what he isn't. Take advantage of him actually running the ball. Use it to put pressure on the defense. Use him. Use this kid. And they're not using the right way in Chicago. So as long as that quarterback is there with that coach, he needs Eric Bieniemy. Let's just be real. He needs Eric Bieniemy.
They call him for EB now.
Yeah. I'm just saying. Anybody that's going to let him. Hell, I'll take Kellen Moore. I'll take anybody. Let my boy be his boy. What you got? Weezy.
From what I've seen so far, I got to sell on Justin Fields.
I understand.
I think he still got time. I might go back and buy it later when it
okay.
I might go back and buy it later, but I got to sell right now. He's not himself. I don't think he is in between the ears is all messed up right now. He don't know what he's seeing out there. He don't trust what he's seeing.
Yeah.
He went from what? Did he rush for 1,000 yards last year? Did he rush for 1,000?
Yeah, he rushed for 1,000 on third person in NFL history to do it.
Yeah, and that's fine. All early young quarterbacks do that. Like Kyler Murray did it. He was 700 yards. Lamar did it. Was young. His first when he got the MVP. Yeah. So, like you said, it might be the coach.
It got to be. Yeah. What you got, Jeff?
It's a confidence thing on top of coaching.
Mhm.
It's also a confidence thing. We would say this is a penny stock right now.
Yeah.
This is a penny stock. Let's have to say, I'm buying all of it. Because he's going to get it right. That coach is going to realize it's either my job or like Jay. He's got to figure out how to use. That was a great analogy. The BBL was a great analogy.
We're not there to see
We not see the beast
We're not
thing.
see the beast thing.
We're not beasting off the.
We're here
ring.
to see the ass.
and until a smart thing to do is to play your player the way he knows how and sprinkle in the new stuff. Because you're giving him too much the way he's not. Coaches always tell me, Coach, you can kind of speak to this. You don't want your players to think too much, and you can see that Justin Fields is thinking too much. You can literally, if you watch football, you can see he's thinking too much. It's not talent; he's thinking too much. So I'm buying all the penny stock of this I can.
Coach.
I'm selling it, man. I'm sorry. I'm just selling it. No quarterback will be able to thrive when the offensive line can't block their blessings. The Bears are on pace to be the most sacked team again in the NFL, and until his line gets better and they get some plays to cater to his strengths, he won't be able to show how good of a quarterback he really is.
They got him in cargo pants.
Exactly. So for this season, it's not going to get any better. So I'm going to sell it now. The next year, you may to buy that penny stock like Jeff's talking to and get some money. But right now, it's not going to get any better until they give him something that he can use that glamorizes his natural strengths and natural abilities. So I'm selling.
Can't put that BBL in them jinkos.
Come on,
Man.
man. Big ass jeans, man. Let me see the
Ass.
Come on, man. Moving on to the Cincinnati Bengals. Weezy, you buying or selling stock?
From what I've seen, man, Joe Burrow's hurt.
Yeah.
He's and it's that calf injury. He rushed his way back.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing. That's the same. That calf injury, same thing happened to Aaron Rodgers. That calf, what happens next?
Achilles.
Yeah. So and he has the
Pray it
weapons.
don't happen.
Pray, yeah.
Yeah, pray it don't have. He has the weapons. He came on like he's throwing the football well. It's just that
He can't move. He has no mobility.
he
with
has
that
no
calf.
more. Yeah. So I think he needs to go and sit him down to get healthy and just fight for the division.
Jeff?
I'm selling it though.
Yeah, you got to sell it.
Yeah, gotta sell it, and not because of the talent on the team. It's just that your driver of the ship is hurt. The conductor is hurt, and it's noticeable, like we just said. So until he's right, it's not gonna go well. Because not to speak it into existence, we don't want to see that Achilles thing. We don't want that. And so gotta sell right now on the Bengals,
Coach.
unfortunately.
I'm selling as well, man. It's hard to bounce back in the NFL after starting 0-2, especially when both of those games are division games. Now, they've done themselves a hole losing those 2 games, which is possible to get out of that. But with his injury, like Weezy mentioned, it still seems to be bothering. I don't see how they will be able to bounce back and cover that ground after losing 2 division games to start the season. It's the first time they're going to – so this, to me, I think this will be the first time they missed the playoffs since the 2020 season. I'm going to sell this stock.
Yeah, I'm selling it as well, guys. They don't even have a backup quarterback. They let Will Greer go to New England like idiots. They just didn't attack the quarterback market once they saw that he was injured. That's when you say, okay, this is a situation. And I get it. They were believing in Joe Burrow, looking at a calf, like, okay, we set him down. He'll be ready for week 1. There's a chance, though, that quarterback gets injured. Aaron Rodgers had the same calf injury. So in the situation with Kevin Durant, a bunch of different guys have calf strains would turn into an Achilles injury. We've seen it plenty of times. You got to set him for the foreseeable future. T. Higgins doesn't have a new deal. So in turn, you don't have a quarterback there to throw to him. Guess what? That deal is going to be shrinked. And it's going to be a lot easier to re-sign him. You have Jamar Chase as well looking for an extension. If you don't have a quarterback there, guess what? His extension is going to be cheaper. So for the better part of business, I set him all the way through week 7. You can miss the Rams game. You can miss the Titans, Cardinals, and Seahawks. All winnable games, all in situations that if the defense plays and you have a competent quarterback back there, you can win games. Here's the thing. There aren't any competent cornerbacks you can get unless you make a trade. Yeah. It's tough to make a trade for a backup quarterback right now because everybody needs one. So I'm selling the stock on the Cincinnati Bengals.
One more thing about Cincinnati. One more problem with Joe Burrow is I know the pressure's on him. He got the big contract. He wanted to be out there. The pressure on him. I signed one of the biggest contracts in NFL history. I need to be out there. Sit down.
Sit down.
Sit down. I know what it is. He got paid. He want to play.
Yeah, you want to play. Yeah. He's starred. Oh yeah, no, everybody got one. Yeah, you don't have a competent. That's what I mean. Yeah. I'm moving right along to the next guy is Ryan Tannehill, quarterback for the Tennessee Titans. Weezy, are you buying or selling stock in Ryan Tannehill?
I'm buying. I don't even know why he's on this list. Yeah. I don't know why he's on this list. Do you?
Fight!
No, seriously.
Fight!
He had one. He had a bad game. His first game. We lost by 1 point. 2 of the interceptions wasn't his fault.
Oh wow.
I didn't say that. I just said 2 of them is not his fault. And he came. Have you? Everybody else that you like, you watch it tape. You watch 2 of the interceptions wasn't his fault. There was a tip passed.
Okay.
And last week he came back and won the game and didn't throw no interceptions. I don't know why he's on the list. I mean,
they ran the ball more last week too.
For sure.
Yeah.
A lot more. Jeff.
All right. So this is a future play because he's not going to be there more than this year. So I got to sell it because he's not going to be a Titan next year. We know that, right? We all pretty sure of that. Weezy, you agree with that?
He know that. He ain't got to say.
He
know
don't
that
agree
won't be
with
his
that.
quarterback.
You don't agree with? So Tannehill's going to be out after this year?
I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. And you don't either.
Or you draft? Never mind. That's a whole other story right there. I don't think he's going to be a Titan after this year. So that's the only reason I'm selling because that team is going to look the same whether it's Tannehill, Malik, or Will Levis because it's a run heavy team. That's all. You know?
Will Levis' girlfriend just left him.
Yeah,
it's over with.
Yeah.
So
okay, poor fella.
Yeah,
keep fighting.
did.
Keep fighting with him.
Yeah.
He might be a savage though.
No.
He might be a savage. It might be the origin story of a villain.
I doubt it.
It might be.
They know when the goose is cooked.
Yeah.
Listen,
He in the right
he's
city
a
to
rookie
bounce back.
QB.
Now he
On
can bounce back
Broadway,
in the
He in the
city.
right
On Broadway.
What I'm trying to tell you
he in the
is,
right city to bounce
him
back.
listen,
on Broadway.
listen. And he has a Broadway girl that was his girlfriend. Listen, what I'm trying to tell you. They know when the milk's gone bad.
Nah.
Give me a call. We can go
You
get
take
we
him
can
a
go
summer
bounce
on
back.
Broadway,
Yeah.
he'll be just fine.
Talk to me, coach.
I'm selling, man. The Titans are a run heavy team. That's they go to. They need to run the ball. They need to get about it there here. We've seen this Tannehill saga. We've seen what he can do. One game he's up, one game he's down. One game he's up, one game he's down. He's no consistency with it. I'm selling because he would not be there next year.
That's it.
I am actually buying stock in Ryan Tannehill because they finally gave him a clean pocket. Now, if any quarterback that plays quarterback one in the NFL has a clean pocket, they can make throws, man. The problem is that offensive line is the worst offensive line in the entire NFL. If you have a generational talent at RB1, why wouldn't you spend on an offensive line? Are you going to let me finish? I didn't stop you. So in turn,
Yeah, but you did all this.
you know your QB1 is competent if the pocket is clean. He took you guys to the AFC Championship. You know the running back one just needs blocking. He's a generational talent at running back. Spend on the O-line. MPF is out for suspension. I get that. Skoronski had his damn appendix removed. That's 2 starters down. I understand that. This line is terrible. Once those guys come back, I agree that Ryan Tannehill will look a lot better. They will win more than 4 games that I have on the board. I'll be doing push-ups so that they'll win 6 games, whatever the case may be. But I totally understand now with Ryan Tannehill, he just needs a clean pocket. He hadn't had a clean pocket a lot of the time since he's been there. Your left tackle goes out, Taylor last year, this year, a couple of guys out for suspension. It's just a bad situation for the Titans all in all, but I'm buying stock in Ryan Tannehill. Move right along to my guy, Kyle Pitts, tight end for the Atlanta Falcons. Weezy, we'll kick things off with you. How you feel about tight end. Kyle Pitts, you buying or selling stock?
I'm buying stock in Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts is a football player. They gotta give him the ball. I don't know Arthur Smith. I don't know. I know you got Bijan Robinson, and that's the shiny new toy right now. But Kyle Pitts is out there.
He's there and he's open.
But here's the thing with Kyle Pitts. You have to his routes. Don't run him like a wide receiver. Like put him in the slot. Let him be a matchup.
He in the slot.
Let him be a. You gonna let me finish? You gonna let him be a let him be a matchup problem.
If you're saying something, true.
I've seen him in the outside too, Jay. You say I never seen him in the outside.
You said they have to put him in the slot. He's in the slot. You selling? I'm saying you selling.
Yeah, sell the hell out of it.
Sell the hell out of it. Yeah, Jeff.
It's low right now. It's low. But my guy Desmond Ritter's gonna turn that team around.
You gotta say that.
They 2-0. You know what I'm saying? It's because of him. It's because of that defense in the run game.
It's because of the damn defense
in the run game. Yeah. No lie to tell there.
Yeah.
But Desmond, I think, is going to be a competent quarterback, and he's going to find Kyle Pitts. So I'm going to buy it low. This is the lowest that stock's going to be right now, and it's going to go through the roof here this season.
Coach,
I'm
through the
selling.
roof is crazy.
I'm
through
selling.
the roof is crazy. Hold up, through the roof is crazy. Don't say anything through the roof in Atlanta other than Bijan.
Okay, hear me out. Through the roof is over 700 yards receiving
For
Kyle Pitts.
I mean, he had 1,000 as a rookie.
But he didn't have that last year. He had, but he was okay.
Yeah.
So 700 yards. So
That'll be back. That'll make him back. Yeah, he'll get his extension.
So he'll get 700 yards as your receiver.
Okay, what you got, Joe? Coach.
I'm selling, man. You got to get a quarterback that can get him the ball. We've seen too many highlights where he's making people fall. He's wide open, and he can't get the ball. He can't throw it to himself. So for that reason alone, I'm selling. Yes, Kyle Pitts is a great talent, but unfortunately, the position he plays relies on the quarterback.
Damn right.
And I don't think he's going to have the year that we think he can have. So I'm selling.
Arthur Smith is a great offensive coordinator, and he's a great coach as well. But he has been stuck with 2 shit-ass quarterbacks his entire time there. And if they don't make a trade for Kirk Cousins, we got to sell stock on the best tight end that we've seen in the last 5-6 years, guys. Ritter can't find him. He's open. You look on Twitter, he's open every game, dog. It
I
is
would like to rebuttal
insane.
this when you finish.
It's still the same, man. Pitts is still the same player, supremely talented. QB1 is just not competent. Arthur Smith, he had Jonnu Smith, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
He had Jonnu Smith. And Jonnu Smith was open for an entire year, so much so that New England paid him and another guy to be their tight end 1, tight end 2. That's how much that Arthur Smith had this guy open. But the guy had a competent quarterback 1. This guy is not even competent. He's one of the worst quarterbacks I've seen in the NFL besides Danny Dimes. All it takes is one game. They got to target him 10 plus times. He needs targets. Throw the ball to him. They've yet to do that because the quarterback 1 has one read. He's looking at one guy, and it's Drake London. And Drake London can't get open. He not like that. So use this man, and just use him or trade him. Trade him. Please trade him. Trade him.
All right, can I rebuttal?
Please.
Just slightly. We just ridiculed the Bears coach for not using Justin Fields the correct way.
Yeah.
Arthur Smith is using
Riddler.
Ritter the correct way as a young QB with legs, letting him use his legs until he gets a mastery of the playbook.
I get that.
So I get that, we're watching the Twitter highlights because there are some times where Kyle Pitts is open. True indeed. However, just give it some time.
But
They're 2-0.
they are 2-0.
They're 2-0.
That's why Kyle Pitts ain't said nothing.
They're 2-0, and they look
2-0.
better than they ever did last year.
Here's the thing, though, Jeff. It's his second year in the same offense. He should know this offense.
You got to throw Marcus Mariota out of there, though.
You still learn. That's when you see the most. That's why Jordan Love looked like Jordan Love. He
Whoa,
sat
whoa,
in the box
whoa,
for
whoa,
3
whoa,
years.
whoa, 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 whoa! Jordan Love sat behind one of the greatest we've ever seen.
That's still the offense. I'm saying you should know
Ritter
the
sat
offense.
behind Marcus Mariota.
I'm just saying you know the offense.
Marcus
That's all I'm
Mariota
saying.
ain't been crap since Oregon.
I'm just saying it's the same offense.
But it is different knowing offense and
And getting out
not
there
really
playing.
playing it.
He played in 7 games last year, though, Coach.
Yeah, but it's
We just sold stock on Deshaun Watson. He played in 7 games.
yeah,
I bought
but
Deshaun Watson stock, though.
he did. Yeah.
I bought Deshaun Watson stock.
I sold him because he ain't got his feet under him yet. But this guy get this guy a full year of being the number one,
man.
and then see what he does that next year.
Fair enough.
That's all I'm saying.
Because if Ritter gets 1,000 yards rushing, and we just champion Justin Fields for getting that 1,000 yards rushing, what's the difference?
And we know
Ritter ain't getting no 1,000.
when you're not the number one.
You want to bet that? Yeah.
No.
I'll put that up there. Ritter ain't getting no 1,000.
Oh, that's easy, man.
Oh, we gonna do that?
Yeah, ain't nobody disputing you. I'm just saying if he gets that,
You brought up 1,000. I'm just saying.
but they're gonna have 3 to 4 people over 600 yards rushing.
You get 700.
No.
You don't get 5,
Yeah, he may do
5
that.
to 6.
But he didn't get snaps with their first unit the first year,
No.
and that's different. We know that's different. When you the number 2, you're getting all snaps with number 2. So he didn't start getting snaps with number 1s till midway through the season. You can't get no continuity like that. Give him a full year of getting snaps with the ones, a full summer getting snaps with the ones. Then let's see what he can do.
Michael Penix will be the starting quarterback in Atlanta next year. Guarantee that.
Quentin Ewers.
Quinn Ewers, the goddamn Drake May. Shit.
Nah, he's not gonna be the starter.
Drake May ain't beat my boy out.
Anybody's beat.
Stetson Bennett? Come on, y'all just do it in any kind of way.
He is trash.
Everybody Stetson Bennett. Stetson Bennett, he's away from the team.
Yeah, something going on
Something
there.
going on with Stetson Bennett.
And our last team is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You buying and selling stock, Weezy?
I'm buying stock. Yeah, I'm buying. Have you seen him? I hate when you do that. Have you seen him play?
Bro, why are you? come on,
what?
bro.
Come
on.
Well, yeah.
Lock
Let it go. Let it go.
The mic's right here,
Yeah.
dog.
Well, yeah, they're 2-0. The quarterback is playing out of his mind right now. Mike Evans is playing for a contract.
True.
They still got Chris Godwin over there.
True.
I'm buying stock in them. They liable to win that division. Them or New Orleans.
Them or Atlanta. It's between them and Atlanta for that division.
Yeah, I can see that.
And I'm buying as well, Weezy.
Well, they're liable to win that division. Them or,
What the fuck is that? What's live? What you saying?
I tell you, what you trying to write?
Yeah,
then?
that's right. He asked, "Do you want to put them on board that they're gonna win a division?" That's what
No.
he's trying to ask you. Okay.
I'm buying this as well. It's low right now. It's not a dip, but it's just no one believes in them. It's going to come down to Tampa and Atlanta for this division. Whether it's 8 wins, whether it's 9 wins or 7 wins, those two teams are going to be the ones that determine the NFC South playoff entry. Baker Mayfield showed a lot of of this, showed a lot of this promise that he showed in the Rams the last few games, and he's coming around. Like we just said, Mike Evans is playing for a contract. You got weapons around Baker Mayfield. You're allowing him to be Baker. He's going to go full Baker here in a few weeks. We know that. He's going to have a 4-pick game.
Monday night.
Yeah, it's going to be a 3 to 4 pick game. It's going to happen.
Monday
it's going
night.
to happen.
Monday night.
But he's also going to have a 2-touchdown, 1-pick game right behind that too, though. And it's going to be okay.
Monday night.
So give me this stock right now because I know where it's going to lead me. It'll lead me to a showdown that last couple of weeks of the season against the Falcons for the division.
They might not win another game.
You saying the stock is low right now and they 2-0?
The stock is low. Nobody believes in them.
Yeah, nobody believes it.
Nobody
No,
believes
they
in them.
don't. But I'm saying because
Stock low,
it's gone up because they 2-0.
Okay, let's see. It started off. Let me rephrase it then, Coach. It started the season off. The stock was a nickel.
Right.
Now it's 75 cents.
That ain't low.
That's low compared to the Chiefs stock is $100.
That's true.
Compared to
That's
your
your
I'm
money.
just saying
Yeah.
in
I get
relative,
from that.
relative state.
Compared to that, but
These are
but
Air
listen.
Force Ones, bro. You can walk in the store and get Air Force Ones right now.
Yeah,
I
but
think
but if
they kill
you
shots.
but this the thing though, if
They
you
kill shot prices.
well, this is why I'm saying this.
Y'all playing now.
I'm selling. This is why I'm selling because if they Air Force Ones, but I bought some no shots, no pick and pays, but that means I can go get more money for these Air Force Ones than what I pay for these.
Now, you try to sell those Air Force Ones right now. They going for $100 in the store. You at $130 in the store. You
Right.
ain't gonna get more. You ain't gonna get no return on that investment.
But if I only got them for $1,
You're not getting them for $1. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You get them for retail.
no, nobody thought the Tampa Bay Bucks would be 2-0.
And that
Nobody.
ain't no money in that
Oh,
stuff.
so you said you bought the stock at the beginning of the season?
Yeah, you're because
If you had it at the beginning of the season, yeah, you got it.
and
and
that's
that's
why
why I'm
wasn't
selling.
nobody buying that stock
Yeah.
back in the season.
I'm
started.
selling it. I don't
Sell it.
believe in him. The
Sell it.
Bucks have a tough schedule coming up. They got the Eagles, the Saints, the Lions, Buffalo, and 49ers coming up.
Yeah.
I'm selling.
The only
Get
two
me
people
out
on-
of there.
The only two people on that schedule was
Eagles.
was the 49ers and the Eagles.
The Bills.
The Bills. The Bills are going.
What is
Maybe
the Lions ain't no easy
Lions
out
ain't
this
no
year.
pushover.
What are you?
Lions gonna beat their ass. This one.
That's later in the season, though.
Yeah.
I'm selling the hell out of this stock. It's a terrible stock. Defense is legit though. Defense always been legit. We ain't worried about that. Quarterback one's playing out his mind. Got Mike Evans playing at a high level. We're gonna put 2 on Mike Evans. Shit is over with. It's Monday night. They don't have a running back, guys. They do
They got
not have a running back.
White, he's solid.
The running back, bro.
What
let's
you
just-
bet? What you bet they win Monday night?
Whatever you want to bet.
Who they play
Whatever you
with?
want to bet. They
Who they
played
play
the Philadelphia Eagles.
We
Whatever. 2-0. It's a 2-0.
thought-
It's a friendship game.
Now we're not betting in the champagne room, but we can put it on the board.
You guarantee they winning on Monday night?
I'd rather bet it.
Man. That's right, because you still got push-ups you got to do.
So-
But
I'd rather
Real
bet
quick,
it.
Jay.
I put it on the board too, but I'd rather bet it.
Put it on the board.
Real quick, Jay, why you put that on the board? All that, everything you and Coach Locke said is true about their schedule being difficult, everything. But all they got to do is win that division to get to the playoffs. You got to beat the Saints once or twice. You got Carolina. You can beat them. And you got to play the Falcons. It's going to come down to them and the Falcons to win that division. Throw the records be damned. Like, they're going to lose that outside schedule. Yeah, that's true. They're going to lose all those games y'all just mentioned. But in-house, they just got to win. They got to split them games. That's all they got to do.
Eagles aren't playing well. They got food to eat. Got a breakout game. They're going to blow the doors off the Buccaneers on Monday night. Take the spread with the Eagles, whoever we doing listening to this. Take that spread. I got to look and see what that spread.
I don't think they're going to beat the
entertainment
Saints.
purposes out.
I think the Saints going
Saints
to win
going to
the
beat
division.
their ass too, because by the time when Kamara get back, they 2-0,
They
right?
2-0 right now.
They 2-0 with
Without
no Kamara.
Yeah. That's a funny looking 2-0 though.
What you think the Bucks is? The
That's-
Saints defense is better than the Bucks defense.
I'm saying all that to say this division is winnable. That's all I'm saying. It's very other than Carolina, this division is winnable.
Saints,
Falcons,
yeah,
Panthers.
Bucks. It's winnable for all those teams. It's the mid of all mid.
Falcons. It's a mid off right
It's a
there.
mid of all mids.
Yeah.
It's
And-
medieval times.
It is medieval times. And that is our first ever NFL stock market show. Buying and selling. A lot of buying. See if some of these predictions come true. Tampa Bay will win Monday night versus the Eagles. You want to bet that too?
I do. Let's say let's make a friendly bet. If
Nah.
friendly bet, no money, just friendly bet.
We'll talk about it. Yeah. Now, tweet some questions throughout the week at Full Sport Press. Don't forget to comment, give us a thumbs up on the YouTube page, on the iTunes page. Please rate and subscribe. But more importantly, don't forget to tell a friend.
To tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
To tell a friend.
Weezy,
Everything paid for.
Coach,
Get a drummer song.
Jeff,
The camera's always on, brother.
the Revolution Podcast. We are out.
Listening to the Full Sport Press podcast. To catch up on previous episodes, please check out the YouTube page and wherever you find your favorite podcasts. Don't forget, tell a friend to tell a friend.
The revolution will be podcasted.